I'd like to start by opening a conversation. And the conversation is something like, you have a right to show yourself. Last week, I was sitting down with Whitney Lauritsen, and the topic that we were covering was, how can you get comfortable with getting uncomfortable? And her take on it was really about a new form of leadership.
When I see somebody who is not wearing makeup, I feel permission to not wear makeup. I'm not wearing any right now, for example. I used to always put makeup on when I would go on camera because I thought that's what I needed to do. And it feels uncomfortable still to not wear makeup. But when I see someone else not wearing makeup, it's like, oh, I have permission to be uncomfortable. So I think as a facilitator, I notice that if I can step into my discomfort, it doesn't just serve me, it serves others, because through my work, I know other people are watching me in some capacity or another. And I think even on a personal level, you can do this with your friends and family. They're often looking to see what you're doing. And sometimes we think that they're judging, but sometimes they really are just hoping that we're going to do something that gives them permission to do the same thing.
When you're looking to a mentor and when you're looking to someone for inspiration, often what we're actually looking for is permission to do the thing that we'd like to do. And our mentors, the people who influence us, the really good ones, that's what they're doing. They're going out there and they're pushing the envelope. They're getting uncomfortable. They're taking risks and they're showing up as themselves. And we look at that and we go, oh my gosh, I could do that too. The opportunity is for you to go forward and to push the envelope in some way that when other people see you, they're going, oh my gosh, she's giving me permission. Well, ever since talking with Whitney, I've really been wanting to take this whole conversation further and broader. And in my exploration, I immediately came upon a new book by the author Luvvie Ajayi Jones, and the new book is called Professional Troublemaker. And the thing that struck me about her work is she was talking about how we spend so much time doubting ourselves and what that does. And her work is really all about fighting fear.
We spend a lot of time doubting ourselves, doubting what's possible for us, being afraid of who we are, all our bigness, all our potential. And we usually operate from a place of fear, how life is so scary and will not stop being scary. But how do we push past it to build the life of our dreams, or the life that we didn't even think to dream about? And that's why I wrote Professional Troublemaker, the Fear Fighter Manual.
Talk about trying to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Would you be willing to stand up and be a fear fighter? All right, so this whole thing of going to a place of discomfort, I want to acknowledge that it's really risky. Like, giant risks are involved. It does not feel safe. And not only does it not feel safe, but there are times when it actually isn't safe. So first of all, we have to get over our own inner critic, the things that we say to ourselves. And then the second step is we have to get over what the rest of the world is saying to us. So I want to share a couple of examples of some people who are talking about what they have done to get over those critics, to move beyond the trolls, to not let the people who are criticizing them or judging them control what they do.
Many people want to be critical. They want to tell you you're going to look old. Long hair shouldn't be worn on older women. And it's really more about our inside what's going on, rather than our hair. I had to learn who I was and embrace myself and find my inner strength. And that's what I want for my daughters. I have 6 of them, and I didn't always do the right thing by them as far as encouraging them to just be themselves. You know, we're often told to walk by our own beat and take our own path and don't listen to your peer pressure. But yet when it comes to beauty, oh my goodness, you know, color your hair and wear this makeup and cover that up and lift this and tuck that. And you know, it's just time. It's time to just be ourselves and love who we are. And it's an exciting time to be a mature woman.
Personally, I have been celebrating my gray hair for a long time. My hair started turning gray, or literally white, when I was in my 30s. And it's been like this ever since then. And I went through my own transition of, oh my gosh, now what do I do? Should I dye my hair? And there actually was a time when I tried to color my hair. It was a disaster. And I decided, and have since ever been celebrating, like, I've got great hair, it's a great color, and this is who I am. So let's go one step further in the realm of taking risks, because especially for women, just simply walking down the street, simply going out of doors, simply going to your local, corner drugstore or grocery store can put you at risk for all kinds of commentary, judgment, abuse from the men who are all around you that you can't avoid. So let me introduce you to Hannah Price, who is a photographer who was able to turn the tables on her trolls in a really creative way.
Grew up in Fort Collins, Colorado, and moved to the city, and that's when I started getting catcalled. It would happen about 5 times a day. They would comment on my butt, holler from across the street, or just right as I'm passing them. The normal response is for women to avoid the comments. The idea came to me very quickly. I realized that I could make portraits of the men who would catcall me. I took about 60 photographs. So I'm pretty much reversing the power dynamic, switching the gaze on them. I realized that I wasn't afraid of them and that I could turn it into something different. They would just see me as a photographer, not give me those comments anymore.
Let's imagine that you're willing to show up, you're willing to ignore the trolls, you're willing to push things aside and say, okay, here I am, and you still need to work on that inner voice that's telling you how you feel about yourself, that inner voice that's telling you how much you believe in who you are and what you're doing. Here's a great example of someone who went out to their peers in high school and started taking images of them and then said to them, I'm doing this because I'm taking images of beautiful things.
Things I find beautiful. You're beautiful. Just taking pictures of things I find beautiful. I find beautiful. And so, yeah. I think you got a really good look for taking a picture of you. Beautiful. No problem. What's your name? Awesome. Things I find beautiful, so. Things I find beautiful.
So what if you gave yourself permission to being called beautiful and you started showing up like that? What would that do? So I want to give you one more example. And this is someone who I've worked with. She's a former client of mine. Her name is Nina Lockwood. And she is someone who is probably right around my age. And this is the kind of work that she is doing.
Hi, good morning. This is Nina Lockwood, and this is actually take 3 for my first Facebook Live posting. So you can see I have my cat in the background because they, I think, bring me good luck with this, although we'll see. So let me give you a little introduction to my program, which is called Inspired Life Formula. And I created it specifically with women in mind who are asking themselves the question, who am I now? And really, how do I want to show up in the world? So they know that their lives are lacking inspiration or meaning or a sense of fulfillment, and they are looking for answers. And they hear the clock ticking.
Nina has embraced a second career, and she's decided to help women who are the same age that she is lead a more creative life. Here are my last couple of questions for you. Number 1, what are you doing this week to achieve some kind of bigger reach? Who are you wanting to reach out to show up for, so that you can give them permission to do the thing that they are meant to be doing? So this is something I really want to know more about, because I work a lot with women in my own Big Reach video program. And I am helping them day by day become mentors, become true leaders, become people who are showing up in the most powerful way that they are here to do. Whether it's for an audience, whether it's for their neighborhood and their community, whether it's for their family members, all of these things are ways that we can be powerful in this world. And I'd love to hear from you. What is your take on all of this? How are you showing up? What could you be doing tomorrow that would be one step further, one step closer to becoming the person who you are meant to be? And if you want to join together with people like Nina and really start taking control of how you show up, come and check out Big Reach Video. Just go to bigreachvideo.com. Join me on this journey. You can watch this video right here, which is a full conversation that I had with Whitney Lauritsen, which started this particular exploration. And I'll see you in the next video.